What's up, you Weeb Trash? We're Weeb Trash as well. I'm Cody.
I'm Dean.
And Seve is dead. We have killed him with our terrible takes.
What a way to announce it to the world.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, all the Seve fans out there.
He's sick boy today.
Yeah, he's not dead, but he is not in good health. There we go. Not also super sick either. Like, that makes it sound like he's like on his deathbed.
He's not on his deathbed. He's not super. He's in decent health.
Yeah, he's in. You could say his health is pretty mid right now.
It's pretty mid. Seve is mid right now.
Yeah, Seve health equal mid. But yeah, so we'll kind of just do what we've been doing basically. Maybe talk a little bit about some non-anime stuff, and there's a couple of anime news type things I wanted to talk about a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go through what we've been watching, and instead of our favorites this week, we wanted to change it up and talk about just concepts in general in anime we don't see as much as we'd like, whether it's tropes or genres or whatever. Very open-ended conversation, so we'll see where that goes. And, yeah, so we'll go ahead and get started. Before we get to our weeks, though, the news that I wanted to talk about is Castlevania.
Cody's pregnant.
Yes, I'm pregnant from Castlevania. It's, Richter Belmont's child. Because Richter Belmont is coming to Castlevania Nocturne. Holy shit. There's a reason to have Netflix again. I mean, people...
Oh, shit, that's right. It's only Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, people were like, hey, Stranger Things. Nah, get fuck Castlevania.
I still haven't watched Stranger Things.
Yeah, it's all right.
I watched the first episode.
Yeah, I mean, I think...
It's one of those things... It's one of those things where people kept telling me to watch it, and then so many people kept telling me to watch it, and I'm like, I'm not watching this.
Basically. I mean, I think I watched to season 2, and it's all right. It's not bad, but...
Like, I don't think I watched Game of Thrones until season 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think I got it on like season 4 or 5. And the only reason is because I binged
4.
it when I was sick.
I don't remember what it was. I think it might have been season 4, because season 5 was going to come out soon. So they already had 4 seasons by the time I finally started watching it.
Yeah.
And then I binged like 4 seasons and then caught up. And then I think like a month later, the 5th season started.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a good show.
It's a good show, yeah. But super excited that Castlevania is coming back, because I was kind of like worried that it wasn't, and then a bunch of other not as good animated things come out. They're not bad, but like...
That first season was so damn good.
Yeah, I mean, all of the Castlevania animated stuff slaps. Like, it's mind-blowing. Like, maybe it's not mind-blowing, but it was really good. Like, for a video game anime, it does work. But I'm super excited we're getting more of it, and it's not... I mean, I wouldn't have minded to stay in kind of that timeline, but it gives me hope that since we're going to Richter, that maybe we'll get a Symphony of the Night adaptation at some point, because...
Hell yeah.
Just give us Alucard, that's all I want. More Alucard, but yeah, it looks good. It's only like a teaser trailer, but it looks cool. Then you've got Trigger coming with that Cyberpunk thing, and that's Netflix exclusive. But it's this weird thing of Netflix kind of doing okay, but not doing like great. Like, Castlevania is good. I'm hoping Cyberpunk's gonna be good. But then you have like Records of Ragnarok came out, and everyone's like, yeah, the fights were pretty good. Then you had the Zeus
finished that one.
Blood and God thing, or Gods of Blood, or Blood something.
That was pretty good.
That one was a thing. Then Yusuke came out, and like all of them kind of were there, but like I didn't hear a lot of people being like, "Yo, I think Castlevania is coming back." And I'm like, "Yo," but no one else is like, "Yo." That's how you know something.
I was like, "Yo."
Meter.
Castlevania is good.
I'm super excited. It did, like, seeing that kind of made me question why no one has made a Fallout anime ever. Is that a licensing rights deal, or is it just like...
You have to ask Todd Howard.
Yeah. I mean, it's price. His stipulation is like only if you make a Skyrim anime, and no one wants to do that.
Yeah.
Can we re-release Skyrim in a different format? Yes.
Jesus. Yes.
That's a thing. But yeah, so that's cool. I'm excited. In terms of, did you watch other anime things this week?
Also, Castlevania is not the only thing coming back. Trigun is coming back.
I super forgot to put that in the notes. Yeah. Trigun Stampede is what I think they're calling it. They have like concept art.
From what I can tell, it's supposed to be like a brotherhood kind of thing, like Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. So it's supposed to be a retelling of the manga. So we're just gonna get, I guess it's gonna be a series, because we also got Yu was announced. They're gonna do, was it 2 OVAs?
I didn't know about that.
You didn't see that?
No.
Yeah, they announced because like the English cast was gonna be going in for production on I think it's 2 or 3 new OVAs for Yu Yu Hakusho.
I would not be surprised if that like spurs a remake or something.
Oh, absolutely. I hope, or at least a continuation.
Yeah, because that'd be bad. Like, not that it doesn't hold up, but like you give it kind of like the Tokyo Revengers like visual treatment with kind of some different coloration.
Mm-hmm.
Those fights are fucking great. Just add powers to them, and boom, you're done in Yu Yu Hakusho. It does like kind of like are we just in the late 90s, early 2000s again? We got Trigun coming back, Yu Yu Hakusho coming back, Bleach coming back. Shit's
One
happening.
Piece is still going.
Yeah. I mean, One Piece never left.
Dragon Ball movie just came out.
True.
It's the 90s, man.
We relive in the 90s. Damn. It's happening. We're time traveling in a podcast.
My coworker, my partner, he mentioned about, because I was listening to the podcast at work, and he was like, "What are y'all talking about?" And I was like, "Oh, we're talking about anime music," because it's like I didn't watch it on, because it was already up on Spotify early.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, well, I'll give it a listen instead of waiting till Friday." And so y'all were talking about anime music. He's like, "You'll talk about Tokyo Ghoul?" I said, "No." But damn, that's a pretty ass intro though.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, "Yeah," because we're talking about like visual styles. He's like, "The Tokyo Ghoul one was pretty cool." I said, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that one."
Yeah, like Tokyo Ghoul, that like first intro is really good. I think Unraveled's the name of the song.
Mm-hmm.
That song is fucking great too.
Yeah.
But Tokyo Ghoul has this like, they like to do weird outros, and I love all of them almost like universally.
Yeah.
They're just, it's not even like, I don't remember any of the visuals, but I just know like all of the like songs have this weird dissonant piano in it, and I'm here for it. I'm like, yeah, let's go. I don't know really what's happening in this show sometimes, but I like this part.
He mentioned something else, and I didn't write it down, so I forgot. So sorry, Brian.
We've not taken notes here at work.
I was driving a truck.
You just got to write it on the steering wheel.
I made middle notes, and then that was like Wednesday.
Yeah.
I forgot.
You have slept multiple times since then.
I have.
Damn.
Because I started reading the second volume for Overlord. So I forgot, or listening to it, I suppose. I bought 2 and 3 on Audible.
I do feel ashamed that I have not listened to any more of it.
You didn't finish it?
No, I thought about it, but
so good.
It's other like things that come up to listen to and stuff, and yeah, but
it's so good because it's more fleshed out. Like you get more thoughts and everything, and intentions, and more descriptive things that they didn't even talk about in like the show. I haven't read the manga. I should read the manga, but I don't know. I guess manga is the next step, since I'm already listening to the light novel. But there's still, I think he's still got 2 more volumes to write. I think, because he said it's going to end at volume 17. I think they have 15 right now. So there's only 2 more books he's going to write, and then he said it'd be over. But yeah, so I'm like 2 hours away from finishing the second book. So I don't think the zombies I think are about to pop up in the city
Okay.
with I forget her name, the crazy chick
Yeah, the one that gets crushed.
and
to
the
death.
necromancer. Oh god, it's such a I can't wait till I be able to listen to that and
Yeah.
and just hear more about it. It's like such
That's
one of the most satisfying deaths.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
there are a couple in Gundam that you're like, yeah, fuck that guy, but that one by far is like crush
Every
that bitch, like just smush her.
Every time I think about deaths in Gundam, I think about him dropping him out of the fucking cargo bay and then shooting him as he's falling.
Just in case, you know.
Just in case, this fall from the atmosphere doesn't kill you, I'm gonna shoot you in the head as you're falling.
Yeah, Lady Oon's out here doing 360 no scopes off of planes.
Oh man, so good.
Oh god.
I looked up the hardcover set for Overlord, like on Amazon. It's like $200,
Yeah, shit's expensive.
and I think it's just for 10 of them, so it's 1 through 10. So you don't even get them all.
No, you're gonna have to probably pay another $100 for the next
Yeah,
5 to
Oh,
7.
I think they're they're basically $20 each.
That was kind of
Yeah.
the same way.
Yeah, they're $18 and $20. Volume 12 and 11. 11 is 15. 12 is 20.
I think they didn't. I mean, it's not the same. I'm trying to remember what they called it though. Soul Eater had a re-release in hardback last year, maybe early this year. It was a perfect edition. That's what they called it. It had new cover art and stuff, and yeah, it was super fucking expensive. I'm like, I can enjoy this, and I'm sure this is probably like some people's figurine collection. Just they like to collect books instead. But yeah, I ain't about that life. So
Yeah, the hardcover are re-releases in English, and the 14th one is coming out in like a week. So they've been re-releasing them or releasing them gradually. Because I think let's see, 13 came out June last year.
oh, that's about a year.
Yeah,
Not bad.
not that bad. By the time I get to them,
Yeah, by the time you get there, they'll mostly all be out, hopefully. Excuse me.
Well, yeah, I guess we should talk about what we watched this week.
Yeah, so did you watch anything that wasn't our weeklies?
Just that one show that Seve's been watching.
Oh,
The greatest Demon Lord, reborn as a typical nobody.
Was it still boring, or does it get better?
It started to get better. It got weird, and then it's okay. There's fucking time travel now, so I don't understand.
Okay,
I wasn't really. I had it going, and then I was like walking around the house listening to it, and then I come back and sit down in the living room, and they're like, "We're in the past," and I'm like, "What the fuck happened?"
I guess
I have 5 words for it.
Okay.
6 out of 10.
The 4 words? 6 out of 10.
It's 6 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
There,
It's
make it
6. There
5.
you go. That's like, wait, am I just not understanding this word, how words work? That happens from time to time.
It's mid. I'm
It's
gonna finish it, but
you could say it's your Shikamori.
yeah.
It's a morbid curiosity at this point.
I want to text Seve and be like, "Hey, you been watching it?" Because it's like episode 9, I think, came out this week, and I'm like, "What the fuck are they doing in the past?" I don't know. I don't know.
Time travel. It's a thing.
It's like Atome doesn't come out. I guess I forgot to watch Atome last week.
Yeah, I had 2 episodes this week too, and I'm like,
Okay, maybe I didn't. Maybe they just released 2 episodes. I don't know.
yeah, weird shit's going on because I had 2 episodes of it, no episodes of Shikamori, and they haven't released one. So I don't know if it's like a dubbing thing or maybe it's caught up and they're only doing 6 episodes or something. There was something else I thought was weird, but I guess not. I thought there was something else I'd missed and had to watch 2 of, but it doesn't look like it. Weird. Yeah, Tomei, I guess, is kind of just.
I mean, I'm
behind
good
or
with it.
something. Yeah, no, I was super excited. They're pretty
I was
solid
like, oh,
episodes.
I got to watch 2 episodes. Got more mechs.
Hell yeah. Mechs are still looking pretty okay. You know, they're not the best thing there, but they're there for, you know, background stuff, and they look fine. It is really confusing, the whole airship situation, though.
Yeah.
Because, like, they have a cool, like, future space looking thing, and then everyone else has, like, these fucking giant balloons on top of actual boats, and you're like, this looks dumb
Well, he
as
did
hell.
say he did say the game was shit. So
That's fair. That's fair. So outside of the Demon Lord thing, did you watch anything else or play more Elden Ring?
I did not play Elden Ring. I started playing Dragon's Dogma.
Do you have
I
any
haven't
words
played it.
to share on Dragon's Dogma?
It's better than I remember it.
Oh, that's good. Isn't
Because I think
2
I played.
coming out
They
somewhat?
just announced it, which was super weird because I started playing it last week because it was like $5. It was on sale. I was like, well, I kind of want. I was like, I'm almost done with Elden Ring, and so I wanted like a party-based kind of dungeon crawler or RPG I get to play. And I was like, I haven't played Dragon's Dogma since like the PS3, since it came out, and that was like 2012. And yeah, I was like, I'll give it another chance because maybe I was just too dumb back then or not focused enough. And so I started playing it, and then I just kept playing it. And I was like, oh shit. And then it was like, because I was playing it, and then last week was like the big summer announcement for like a bunch of games and stuff. It was like Gamescom or whatever, Summer Game Fest. So a bunch of studios were announcing games and stuff. And then the creator was like, hey, it's the 10-year anniversary of Dragon's Dogma. And I was like, huh, I guess it is. And then it was like, join us for June 16th. And I was like, I swear to God, if it's a fucking remake and I've already put like 30 hours into this fucking game, I'm going to be pissed off. But now it was a sequel. And I was like, oh shit, that's super weird. I just started playing it. Now they announced a sequel.
Yeah, they're like, oh shit, Dean's playing it. Let's get the
Yeah.
sequel out. Let's go.
I was like, that's funny timing. But it's in development, so it'll be out for a while. But no, I've been playing that. It's fun. Other than that, I haven't watched anything. Law and Order.
Did you want to share some words for Law and Order?
I mean, it's good.
Okay, there we go. Law and Order is good.
Law and Order.
Confirmed.
Law and Order. SVU.
SVU. Is that the one with the iced tea in it?
Yeah.
Iced tea. I never remember. There's too many of those shows. Like
Detective Benson and Detective Stabler, and he's always going to be Ice-T to me.
yeah, you can't play another character without being like, oh shit, it's iced tea. Cool.
Other than that, no, I haven't watched anything else other than our weeklies.
Cool. How's your losing battle with Poison Ivy going?
I guess I'm winning because like it's barely there. It's not even really that red anymore.
Poison Ivy is losing the war.
It's really dry, so I've just been putting lotion on it, but it's not really itchy anymore. I had like I had these splotches here, and then I had like splotches like right under like my nipple, and like on my rib, and then on my thigh, which I guess like I laid on my arm in my sleep whenever I got.
Oh, so it just
when I first got it, so it just kind of spread to this part of my side of my body.
That makes sense.
It was either poison ivy or poison sumac. I don't know. I didn't go to the doctor. You know, we live in America. I'm not gonna go to the doctor and spend $5,000.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go to the
$5,000 for
doctor
them to tell me to
put lotion on it.
Yeah, $5,000, and they're like, here, put some lotion on it. It also costs $200.
Yeah, fuck that. No.
So I was like, if it gets worse, I'll go to the doctor. But I mean, it's been 3 weeks. It's going away. Every time I Googled it, they're like, yeah, it takes like 3 weeks for the rash to go away. It's like, that fucking sucks. It's like advanced technology, poison ivy. Can we make this go away any faster? No. Fucking bodies, dude.
Yeah, capitalism.
Humans suck.
Yeah.
Bodies are dumb.
So not to get ahead of ourselves, but my notes for Skeleton Night this week were literally just humans kind of suck. So the whole point of that show now is just humans are fucking jerks. Human race is awful. Okay, so outside of anime, we won't be talking about Obi-Wan because Dean's not caught up.
I didn't watch it.
Which is fine. We'll have that discussion next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
I'll
probably watch it after this.
Yeah, because it's good. It's well worth it. You did watch the first episode of The Boys.
Yeah.
It has a thing that happens. It's a thing.
Dixby exploding.
So, have you seen the picture going around of the actual practical effect they built for that?
No.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I can find it again. But there's like a set picture of like a big blue screen in the background and just an like 2-scale dick to where the like actor could walk into it.
Hell yeah.
That scene is so uncomfortable. It's just like a weird like sensation of like stuff does not go there, dude. What are you doing?
I'm looking it up.
And then you fucking just boom. Is that?
I mean they're like, yeah, his dick exploded. I said his whole bottom half exploded.
Yeah,
it wasn't just his dick.
Yeah. It's like The Boys does.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right.
What the hell? I like how he's covered in cocaine.
Yeah. They
For those that's wondering, the dick is real.
What is it? Yeah. The Boys does like meme culture so well because like they get the spirit of it right. It's like this is Thanos but backwards basically.
Oh yeah.
Whereas like Sony's like, oh, you want Morbius back in theaters, and it's like, dude, Sony, please stop. For the love of God.
Did you see the second petition where they're like, we're sorry, Sony, we were busy that weekend. Please release it again.
Yeah, I saw somewhere, I can't even remember, I think it was like a Twitter post or something, that someone was like, Sony, you got it wrong. When we said we wanted more Morbius, we didn't want it back in theaters. We want a whole series.
A whole series.
You gotta spend at least $30 million an episode to make it look right. And I was just like, y'all gonna bankrupt Sony, fam. Like, you gotta, like, it's funny, but you gotta stop at some point. Like, no. But yeah.
Great.
Boys.
Good stuff.
It's good. That's really grotesque, but it's really good. In terms of anime, though, I watched a few things this week that were outside of our weeklies. I finished Megalobox. I'd started a long time ago and just like fell off midway through. It's really good. It's just Mike Tyson's knockout with extra steps. It's great.
Hell yeah.
It feels like this is the most spiritually successive show to Cowboy Bebop that I've ever watched. It has nothing to do with Cowboy Bebop. It doesn't like visually. It's kind of similar, I guess. It's not even like it's not space western. Kind of maybe has some of those westerny vibes, but it just feels like it watching it, and it's good. I have not watched Nomad, which is the second season, which is supposed to be really good too. So I will probably watch that this coming week, I hope. I watched Carbonara of the Iron Pizza Pasta.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, it is pretty okay. It like, because I remember when it came out, I had watched a couple episodes and just stopped. It feels like a really good, like, someone saw the first couple seasons of Attack on Titan, was like, we just need a short show to shove in between that people will watch, because it feels kind of like it. But yeah, it's a little different. It's good. Steampunk train zombie shogunate thing, or like Train to Busan but old. Pretty good.
Attack on Titan Snowpiercer.
Yeah. Attack on Titan piercing snow man zombie. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, it's pretty okay. I haven't given it a score. Yeah, I'd say it's 6 or 7.
The fight scenes are really good.
Yeah.
Which is when they stopped doing fight scenes, I lost interest.
Yeah, they like. There's a certain point that I'd say it's probably about halfway through, maybe slightly earlier, where it gets less interesting.
That's probably where I'm at. I'm really bored.
And it's not like great, because they try to go for like some weird political intrigue stuff, and it doesn't really turn out great. And they don't necessarily introduce new Carbonari, or whatever the zombies are called, because they have something else. Different name. Huh?
Kavari? Aren't they Kavari?
Yeah, Kapari.
And then the Kavanaris are the
like half-bloods. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they don't really introduce any new ones, like, because they do it with the sword guy at first, and you're like, oh shit, that's cool as hell. But then it's just like, oh, it's a big blob of zombie. And you're like, what? That's kind of dumb. Doesn't look great. It still has some good fights towards the end, but yeah, it's... The first portion of it, I think, is better than the end of it. I watched episodes 1 through 7 of Zombieland Saga, which is the Zombie Idol anime.
Yeah, Zombie Idols, bro.
It is hilarious. Like,
remember I started it.
It is like, it's not as good in terms of like its English dub being the superior version for the West as like Kaguya-sama or something, but it's real close. We get to see Truck-kun be super fucking brutal. I'm not gonna lie, like I've seen that scene in other things, so I knew it was gonna happen. When it happened, I still laughed like super hard. It's like, yeah, this is good. The different types of music at the beginning were really interesting, like that they did the metal show. I did not appreciate the sound effects of like their necks snapping every time they headbanged. I was like, I can get this joke, but the sound is actually kind of painful to listen to. Really weird that Mappa did this, and then like a couple of years later was like Attack on Titan. It's like, what? What? How? Who? The one thing I will say that is a little weird, I guess two things. The songs being in Japanese does not bother me because that makes sense. But there's like early, I think it's like episode 3, maybe 3 or 4. They have a rapping scene, and it's in Japanese, but it's like very implicit to what is happening, but there's no subtitles for it. So you're just like, I don't know what's happening, but this is important dialogue apparently. And the weird CGI dancing. It's not as distracting as other things, but kind of feels like, did you just like not have the budget to 2D this? Because some of it is done in 2D and other parts are 3D. It's really weird. But yeah, overall, really fun show. I'm looking forward to finishing that this week. I want to hope that there's more than just one season. I've not checked, so it's really good. And then I started something called Dragon Pilot. I watched the first 3 episodes of it. It is effectively how to train your state-of-the-art F-15J air superiority fighter. Dragons are disguised as airplane. You pilot dragon from inside. That's how it works. Kind of weird.
That's how it worked.
But that's how it works. The dragon looks kind of dopey, but it fits the art style, so it's pretty okay. There's one scene where like the main character feels kind of shitty about something. I don't even remember what it was. And this guy like tries to go make her feel better, and the entire time he's just vaping. And I'm just like, what is this? Sounds
like real life.
Yeah, it's just like, I didn't know I needed this level of realism, but this is kind of funny. It's a pretty funny show. It's got some moments. It is what will spur part of our later discussion about things I want to see more in anime. It's airplane. I want aircraft.
More aircraft.
Yeah. Yeah. The only other thing.
Cody wants Ace Combat the anime.
You say that? I literally recorded a video yesterday about why we did today's combat video.
Really?
Anime. We need it. The story's already anime. Why is this not a thing?
Top Gun anime.
Bro, if they made a Top Gun spin-off anime, I'd be down.
Did you see the new movie?
No, but I've heard it's really good.
Are you gonna see it?
Probably, yeah. When it comes to streaming, I don't think we need to go to theaters to see it. Like, I can appreciate they did all the big, crazy plane filming, and it's probably really cool in IMAX, but I don't care. I'll see it when it comes to streaming and be like, that was a good fucking movie. Or it's bad, but I assume it's good.
Everyone's saying it's good.
Yeah, everyone's saying it's good. It's making a bunch of money. Yeah, I can get
More than Morbius.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When Morbius comes to streaming for free,
I
I'm
will
100% watching it. Yeah,
I will watch it.
not
funny,
go to theaters though.
They reported it only made like $85,000 the second time they released it, and they were like, "Yeah, it released in 1,000 theaters, so on average, that's $85 a theater."
Yeah, I was like, that's good. And then in the petition for the third time, I'm just like, yes. I love that the petition was like, sorry, Sony, everyone was busy that weekend.
It was Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, and everyone else was busy doing better things than going to see Morbius again. There is
like, did no one in the studio not like understand sarcasm?
No.
Like it's just because it has memes doesn't mean that
I
they want it back.
Want to believe that like Sony Japan made that call, and they had to like tell Sony America like, hey, we're putting it back in theaters, and we're like, well, why? And they're like, everyone on Twitter says it good, and they're like, oh my god, you don't understand meme culture. Oh, how do I explain this? And they just did it because fuck it. But there's this YouTube commentator guy, Eddie Burback, that was like, I'm not gonna just go see Morbius, I'm gonna go see it 5 times. So he went once a day for a week, and he was like, it's still terrible. You would get nothing from seeing it the second time. It's actively painful past that. And it's just like seeing him deteriorate through this week process is pretty good. But he every time he bought, I think the first time he bought a ticket to Morbius, but every other time he bought a ticket to a different movie because he didn't want the people in the theater to know he was seeing Morbius so many times. So he's buying a ticket and sneaking in. And he's like, if I get caught, I'm not going to make this video because I don't want the embarrassment of sneaking into Morbius. But yeah,
somebody said
that
it was worse than Dragon Ball Evolution.
That's bad.
And that's a pretty low fucking bar.
That's a bar I didn't even think would have existed. Like,
I honestly, wholeheartedly don't believe it can be that bad.
I would be surprised. Because at least, like, with Dragon Ball, you have, like, oh, there's good shit. It was based on something good. No one gives a fuck about Morbius in the comics.
You tell me you didn't buy a Morbius comic?
Like, fuck no. I don't even know that I've ever actually seen a Morbius comic in my life. I'm sure I have, but I don't recognize
Morbius in the comics.
Yeah, he's been there, but
I've never bought or picked up a Morbius comic.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, I think, at some point, maybe. I'm kind of disappointed that as good as Moon Knight was, there wasn't at least like a Dracula Where's My Money reference. It wouldn't have made any sense in the show, but all those like Moon Knight joke meme pages, I just want that. Give me an animated Moon Knight show that's just memes.
Random bullshit go.
Basically, yeah, that's just what I want. The only other thing I watched this week that we aren't weekly is I started Shupiden. Started the Ocean Cut, watched the first episode, which was like 2 hours.
Damn.
It was longer than I thought. I like that it kind of starts as like a homage to the first episode of like, it's Naruto, but it's Konohamaru being an asshole. And you're like, yeah. Mm-hmm. You, Konohamaru, I know there's a reason. I'm hoping that you're to be a Hokage at some point. Probably won't happen, but...
He's a teacher. He's the Iruka sensei.
Yeah, he just got to learn some more jutsus.
He's a team leader. He's a Kakashi. He leads a team. Shino Abarame became a school teacher. Bug guy.
Oh, okay. Took me a second. I was like, who the fuck is that guy?
Bug guy.
Bug guy.
He basically takes Iruka's position in teaching the Genin. He's a school teacher.
I'm trying to think of a way how I can ask this without spoiling, but I don't think there is a way.
What's that?
You don't have to answer this. Does Iruka die in Shupiden? Or
No.
Is he okay? Do we see him as an old man in Boruto?
Yeah.
Sick. Okay, great.
He's in Boruto. Yeah.
Sick.
Burrito.
Yeah, burrito boy.
He's the schoolmaster, headmaster. I don't know whatever that is.
Damn, he moved up in the world. Good on
He's
you,
in charge. He's in charge of the academy.
He's principal boy.
He's basically principal.
Principal ninja.
I don't remember him dying. I don't remember if he dies when A lot of people die when pain attacks the village. So
Yeah.
I don't remember.
They just kind of sweep Aruka in there, like, he's kind of just.
Because I know you've already seen like scenes of him attacking the village. And...
Yeah, I've seen those fights because they're really fucking good.
Yeah.
So the first episode of the Ocean Cut gets up to where Gaara is being hauled off. He's already been kidnapped, and not Konohamaru. God damn it. Fucking puppet guy. I can't remember his name.
Ankuro?
That one. Tries to stop them and gets fucking bodied.
It's bodied.
Hard.
Was it by another puppet master that
Yeah, it
kicks
was
his ass?
Sasori, I think is what they called him.
He's like, I made those puppets, bitch.
Yeah. And he's like, fuck. I'm fucked.
He's the guy who knew all the secrets.
I like that they cut in between this like really intense like Gaara to like fighting for his life and his village, and Naruto and Sakura being like, "We're gonna get those fucking bells, bro.
Oh
We
yeah,
gotta get them." You're like,
yeah.
The stakes do not match here.
See, I don't know how the cut. I'm tempted to watch the cut just because I know it's like streamlined.
Yeah.
But I know the bells were happening first, but that fucking like Gaara one lasts forever. Like
Yeah.
I remember watching the show.
It's a lot because I think it starts before, or at least like right around when.
It's like the first couple episodes it starts in the show.
Yeah,
because it's the first big arc.
Remember how it? Because like I said, it's 2 hours, and I had to keep stopping it because I was trying to watch it while I worked.
Did
so
it
it's a
start?
Terrible choice.
Did it start with them chasing after Sasuke?
No, it starts with them coming back into the village, with
Okay.
Naruto coming back.
Okay. Because like the first 5 minutes of the first episode of Shippuden is like them like chasing after Sasuke, and you're like, okay, so we're starting strong, and then it just fades away, and you're like, well, what the fuck happened to that? And it's like episode 100 is when it happens.
I did check because I was curious to see. I went back to watch the last episode of OG Naruto from the Ocean Cut, and it just literally is like when he fights Sasuke, the hospital, and that's it. It just is like, cool, we're done, let's go. But yeah, Konohamaru's doing Naruto shit. Naruto comes back. They are told they'll fight Kakashi.
They sexy jutsu each other. Did they do that?
Konohamaru does, and then Naruto.
Oh, Naruto's like, I'm too old for that.
Yeah, and Sakura's like, he has matured, and he's like, your technique is all wrong. Look at my super sexy jutsu. And she just knocks his ass out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm trying to think. So yeah, they go through. They do the bell thing with Kakashi. Gaara is fighting Tadera and doing some cool sand shit. The rest of the sand village is just getting fucked. Just like...
If there's probably a character that I hate the most in Naruto, and it's Deidara. I fucking hate that guy. He's so annoying.
Yeah, he was
and he just doesn't die.
He was he's alright. He wasn't there for super long.
He keeps squeaking away out of every fight.
Yeah, he doing his
so
thing.
If you don't like Deidara, I'm sorry.
He's sticking around for a while.
Stick around for a little bit.
I have the second episode downloaded, but I haven't started it yet because I was like, 2 hours was kind of a long time. Like, it was weird because like actually binging Naruto episode to episode does not feel as taxing as watching like 1 2-hour movie effectively.
That's what we were doing with One Piece. It's like an hour chunks.
Yeah, it's like I think it's better, but it feels because like you said, Naruto and One Piece, you get like 5 minutes of actual content per episode.
Yep.
So you blow through it much faster. But yeah, I feel like I've jumped a lot of episodes. I'm assuming the next episode is like when they actually start to be like, hey, we're gonna go find Gaara and do shit.
So they haven't gone to the Sand Village yet?
No, Tamari is on her way back, and it keeps cutting to her to be like, I've got a bad feeling. And you're like, bitch, you do have a bad feeling because you got reason to. Kankuro got jobbed, and then Sakura and Naruto and Kakashi haven't heard yet. The last thing I'd remembered seeing from them was they had got the bells. Kakashi stayed up all night reading the rest of the
Make Out Paradise.
Yeah.
It's porn.
Yeah, and he forgot to do like his team assessment or whatever the fuck paperwork. So he's like, "Oh shit, it's daytime. I super didn't do that." You're like, "God damn it, Kakashi! How are you so cool and so useless at the same time?" I assume this is probably where we'll see Sai. Is this where he shows up? Okay.
Yeah.
And then yeah, they'll probably go on the mission to go save Gara McSandman.
Mm-hmm. I also I feel nothing about Sai. I'm super indifferent about him.
Yeah, he looks like he exists.
I mean, they do like try to flesh out like his backstory and everything like that, but ultimately, I was like, I just don't care.
Yeah, he's there.
I don't care about him. I ended up not caring about his kid.
Got it. Oh yeah, doesn't he like marry Ino or something?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, like I think the last like 5 episodes of Shippuden, they spend time planting those seeds for like the future families. Yeah.
Rock Lee gets
So they
rocked.
so it's like Sai and Ino getting a connection, and they made a whole movie for Naruto and Hinata.
We don't get to see who Rock Lee,
No one still knows.
because his kid is like legitimately his kid, right? It's not like
Yeah, I
a
mean, it
guy
looks
thing.
exactly like him. I mean, as far as I know, it's his kid.
Yeah.
Also, that Billy Kramitz, was that his name that
Yeah.
passed away? He voiced Metal Lee
Oh, that
in
sucks.
Naruto, which sucks. And Billy
Damn.
Kramitz, he passed away from colon cancer last
Yeah.
week.
He like the more I've seen of things posted about him, I'm like, oh shit, he was that guy. Oh, that's super
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah, he did a lot of work,
Oh,
so that sucks.
damn, justice for that guy. I mean,
Especially like currently the most recent thing is he was Naofumi in Rising of the Shield Hero. So I think because they're making a season 3, so I don't know if he did any voice work for it already or what's happening.
yeah, if they'll just like recast or something, or
He was one of the JoJo's.
yeah,
Yosuke, I
Yeah,
think he was Yosuke.
yeah, because he played a couple of people in Gundam as well. I think it's mostly
Yeah.
like the Re-Rise stuff, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that still sucks. I just had never watched it, so I didn't know
Mhm.
who those characters were. That sucks though.
He was in Skate the Infinite. Wasn't he?
Fuck was he in Skate the Infinite? I feel like it's you or someone had sent me something about it, and I was like,
Maybe it was a picture of Promare, and they look
yeah, they
kinda
do look
similar.
very
Like
similar.
the characters kind of look similar.
Look,
Billy Kametz.
damn it. Where the fuck is the? I don't want the wiki. I want the goddamn fucking. Where
What's
is
the damn?
Where's the? God damn it! Gotta find the Mal page, or it's probably been just way easier to look up his IMDb. But
Also, one of the things, like I'm a big like Fire Emblem. Like I like the last like probably 5 Fire Emblems I've played, and he was a Ferdinand von Aegir, and he says that line a lot. Like I am Ferdinand von Aegir, like because he's a noble and stuff like that. But he was a cool guy, and I remember having him on my team. And that sucks because I heard his voice for like 60 hours when I played 3 Houses.
So he is in 7 Deadly Sins, which I've not kept up on, but he's in that a lot apparently. He was in Vivi. Also haven't watched that, but
yeah. I like Vivi.
Oh, son, that's okay.
He's in Vinland Saga. He was already in Vinland Saga.
Who?
Ari? I don't know. There's no picture.
Interesting. He is the main guy in 86. So goodbye.
I still haven't started 86.
Yeah, goodbye season 3 of 86. Who the fuck is he? That is gonna really be confusing to me if I'm like, who the fuck is We're just going through here.
I don't know, he's got a ponytail.
Well, that doesn't really. He might be in the next.
He wears a red scarf, a chainmail outfit, and a helmet.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up. Okay, hold on.
Apparently, his brother had his leg cut off.
Oh, okay. I'm like 90% sure.
He's Thorfinn's brother-in-law. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, yes, this is who I thought it was.
Says his first appearance was in episode 1.
Yeah, he is
A minor boy.
kind of like the first few episodes they actually spend in Thorfinn's village. He's kind of like it's like a prominent side character. And like before they leave on this big mission, he's like, "Hey, Thorfinn's sister, you should definitely marry me when I come back." And then they go on this voyage and get ganked.
Yes, they do.
So yeah, they come back and do that. I the vibe he's still gonna be kind of a huge bitch in season 2, but I don't know that we'll see him in season 2 because Thorfinn looks fucking rough in season 2. I'm very excited for it. Shit's popping off.
He wasn't in Skate the Infinite. It was a picture. It was a screen grab from Prepare that I saw.
Okay.
I was like,
that makes.
I just
sense.
saw.
Like,
I just scrolled past it. I was like, yeah, that looked like Skate the Infinite.
Yeah, it's colorful. It's Skate the Infinite. Yeah, that sucks. Damn, that's sad. Big sad. Damn. That's gonna make so. I get that does make me wonder if we're gonna see that guy in season 2 again. Because I don't think season 2 hasn't come out yet, so I'm assuming they haven't done a dub yet. But with the weird like 2 dub situation, I don't know who's gonna dub it first or how that's gonna work. But I'm probably gonna wait until that gets dubbed to watch it because I watched season 1 in dub, and I don't want to watch the sub of that. But yeah, so I'll probably have at least one more episode of the Ocean Cut for next week. Ship it in, and we'll kind of go from there. Seve's not here, so we won't talk about Shikamori, but it is on break, so there's nothing to talk about anyway. Or the dub is slow or something, but nothing has come out since episode 6, which was like 2 weeks ago. So
Seve's also not here to corral us back on point. So
yeah, so
our tangents are pretty
lots
pretty
of
wild.
rambles. Yeah, Seve is the organization. We're the chaos. Yeah, what's wrong with that?
What else so we watched Otome, so there's 2 episodes. We were talking about that.
Shit gets real. Like, I like that they really utilize Leon hating this world and being like, this game is so shit, and then like kind of slowly realizing, oh, these people like actually are people. I'm not talking about actual game characters.
Because Robot AI Boy is still my favorite character.
Yeah, I like that he just keeps like talking mad shit, and you're like, yeah, you get Leon, Robot Boy.
Leon doesn't care, but he's like, I would just kill them, and he's like, no, they're kind of actually people.
Yeah, and then like towards the end of, I guess, episode 9, he is like, I would raise the entire earth in fire and make a dream world for you, and I was just like, yeah, Robot Boy's the fucking best. But yeah, like, you actually get to see him be like, oh shit, the main character is still the main character, but Olivia is like a real person, and there's a whole thing with like the pet thing really dogging on her.
Yeah, that's really annoying. I wish it would be over with already.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is, so. But probably since the hair loop bitch got.
Because the whole time she was just fucking emo girl the whole episode.
Yeah, she big sad. It is gonna be weird.
And she's like, Leon, what do you want from me? Do you want to fuck me? And he's like, no.
And she's like, why not? And he's like,
and she's like, why not? I was like, what do you want out of this?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But, well, it'd be interesting to see if it goes back to being happy friend group, or if it's like Leon constantly pushing her to be like, hey, fuck that guy, fuck the prince. You need to be more main character-y. It will be interesting to see if Leon's sister person, like his IRL sister, Who's getting chased through a dungeon at one point, ends up getting some of those trinkets or whatever, the holy relics or whatever dumb shit. I liked the homage of the Heat Hawk, very Zaku-esque. Cause like hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Gundam references, I can get behind that. Yeah, I'm actually really excited for.
We get to see Dan again.
Yeah, you get to see him. Not actually even
Like
speaking.
10 seconds.
It's just a picture of him and his lady owner friend and a letter that their dad wrote.
He's like, there he is.
Yeah, you're like, fuck yeah, Dan's cool as hell. I love it. More Dan, please. 10 Dan's the best. Yeah, no, I'm actually hoping we're at episode 9, which means we probably got about 3 episodes left. It kind of feels like they're kind of starting to try to wrap things up, but I really hope we get a second season of this.
That would be nice, man.
Because I think it's got the legs to do it, but it depends how they end it.
I mean, it's still on the most popular on Crunchyroll.
So it's still going. In other things, Skelly Knight.
Yep.
Like I said, humans suck. That's kind of the consensus of this show. I do like that they're like the ninjas were created by some other Japanese guy. And
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, very Konosuba in that nature of like the Crimson Demons or whatever made by some other fucking otaku from previous iterations of people. Yeah, Skeleton Knight, it's a thing. It happens. Ninjas.
I do like they had a dude bro moment.
Yeah, I like they've got a dude bro and they're like fucking up all those knights and they're like, I think your ninjutsu and my magic have had a multiplying effect.
It's like rock whatever, and then it just explodes everywhere.
Yeah, and then they start getting buried in the rocks. It cuts to Elf Lady and other ninja lady, and she's like, I think a skeleton just got buried somewhere. And I'm like,
hell yeah.
Does the ninja know that he's a skeleton? I don't think she does.
See, I thought about that too. I was like, I don't think she knows.
Yeah, and she didn't even react. So I was like, weird, but okay. Maybe she was just like, maybe it's metaphorical. I don't know. Maybe she knows because he smells weird. I don't know.
Got these in my box soon.
Oh, what are those?
It's imagine a lemon head, but it's pineapple.
That's a weird concept, but it sounds like it'd be
or a cherry sour. You ever had those cherry sours?
Yeah.
Because they're like soft, like soft and chewy. Where's pineapple?
Huh. It's just a sour pineapple flavored chew.
Yeah.
Interesting. Huh.
Pretty good.
Baksu coming in strong. Yeah, so outside of that, we also had Spy Family.
I didn't watch the new one.
Oh, well, fuck, okay. I'm not going to say anything.
I was out of town this morning, so I didn't watch it. And I don't think it was up when I watched it. I don't remember.
Did you get to watch the new episode of Love After World Domination?
Yes.
Hell yeah, that's the one I have the most notes about for our weeklies.
What happened in Spy Family? We get the dog yet?
No, it's sad.
Damn.
I think that might be one or... I imagine they'll probably end this season out on that. There's enough content if they just wanted to keep going into a season 2, they could. But I don't know if they will. But yeah, so we get to see the conclusion of that, your kiss scene, and it plays out pretty much like the manga.
I forgot.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Yuri gets slightly creepier, but he's also still very drunk, so you're like, okay. He's still very creepy the next day too.
Creepy dude.
He's a very creepy dude.
Don't be creepy on your sisters.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
What's wrong with y'all? Don't do it.
I'm trying to think of what. After
sisters
that,
are people too.
Yeah, Lloyd. I don't remember exactly how he determines. I think it happened last episode where he's like, "This guy's secret police as fuck. I can feel it." Because he gets suspicious that Yor knows.
Don't get creepy jealous over your sisters. Y'all are weird.
Yeah, even if you work in the secret police, it doesn't make it right. We have secret police, probably. I don't know.
People have their lives.
Yeah. But, yeah, so...
Don't fuck your kids either.
Yeah, don't do that.
Looking at you, world's finest assassin.
Yeah, you fucking weirdos. God, that show.
Don't tell your kids I want to look at your penis.
Yeah, That's not an acceptable thing to do, even in an isekai. If you get isekai, don't do it. I mean, I guess you're not the isekai person, was it? It doesn't matter. If you get hit by raccoon, don't do it.
Did I send you the clip? It was that video, and it was about judging you on your anime.
I don't know.
I thought I sent it to you. Maybe I didn't.
You might have. I don't
Sugar
remember
Tensei
a
was
lot
in
of
there.
things. That makes sense. That's one.
Well, Overlord was also in there, and I got called out for that.
You're like, God damn it.
That's why it was sent to me. I don't have my phone in here. I would look at it.
But yeah, so Lloyd is like, yeah, this dude is super secret police. Then he gets suspicious that Yor knows, so he does this like whole elaborate thing to make sure she doesn't know. And yeah, it's a whole thing. But yeah, you get a wholesome moment at the end, and you're like, yeah, Lloyd and Yor against the world, let's go.
Vulcan.
There is kind of a funny scene after that where he like they're getting ready to go to bed after Yuri has left, and they're like, okay, it's time to go to sleep, and they go into their room, and it's still just the one bed, and they're like, I'll fix this. And it's kind of funny. But yeah, I really hope before the season is out, we either get one of the family dates or just like a Yor Lloyd date, because those are good little moments. Don't think that's gonna happen. It hasn't happened in the manga, so,
it's a wholesome show.
Yeah, I mean,
degenerates, all of you degenerates.
A lot of degenerates out there making that kind of content, though. The whole
I mean, I have been on the
thing.
internet.
Yeah, you know. You cannot exist on the internet and that stuff not come up at some point.
Keep safe search on when you search.
Yeah. So Spy Family's still good.
Mm-hmm.
Love After World Domination, quite good still.
Yep.
We get to
more
meet
family stuff.
Yeah, we get to meet the dad.
See how fucking buff he was when he put on his suit?
Yeah, it's like, God damn, like this dude's back is like shit, dude. Like, you might actually be able to like fight Fudo here.
You've been working out with Fudo.
Yeah. I like that like his mask gets broken partially and it doesn't even register that it's like,
yeah, I was like, are they gonna pick it? And then he came on TV, and I was like, are they gonna make the connection because he's on TV? And then he's just like, nah, fuck the gelato force.
And he's like, yeah.
Nah.
I like that the after the sister gets upset, she just goes R. Kelly and just go hides in the closet.
Hides in the closet.
I'm like, why? Why didn't you go outside? Why'd you go? That just seemed weird. I thought it was funny though. I like that she takes her sister to like the Gecko main hideout, and then like Bossler and everyone is like, "You've got big shoes to fill and everything." And Destiny's like, "Let's go get frozen popcorn." Everyone here is lame and does not have fun.
Yeah, she's like, this place sucks.
And everyone's like, "What?"
And she's like, "I'm sorry, I don't know why she's acting like this." But then there's like a speech bubble like in the corner, and it says, "Nah, that's like typical for her."
Yeah,
they already know.
It's good. I'm excited. It's still like, I'm really hoping the show gets a second season because I want to see more of this show. I don't even care what happens.
Yeah,
it's good. They're killing it. This is still, I don't know if it's my favorite show of the season, but it's up there. It's like top 3 easy.
Pretty good.
It is slapping, as people would say. But yeah, that's what we've watched this week. In terms of what we're going to talk about, as instead of our favorites, like I said, we're just talking about some ideas and concepts and tropes and stuff we just want to see more in anime.
Penis.
I mean, I'm sure that there's an anime out there for it, but I don't think it's called an anime.
Yeah, I remember we were just in the Discord and we still didn't decide on what the topic was.
Pretty much, yeah. That's why
I was like, I haven't put any thought into anything all week.
Yeah. So I had a couple because, like I said, made that Ace Combat video. So I've been thinking about some stuff.
Fresh on your mind?
Yeah, because I was trying to prepare some stuff for not this coming week, but the next week, because I won't be here. So it's like, if we don't record, I want something to put up at least throughout the week. And
We'll have to do like video call on our phone
yeah, that'll what
for like 5 minutes and just post that to YouTube.
Yeah, it's be like, I'm on my phone. But yeah, so it's like, what are some cool ideas that I haven't seen in anime or haven't seen enough in anime? I've mentioned a couple of them already, like the Ace Combat one. That story is super fucking anime to begin with. Like, it's super tropey, bunch of like just anime stuff. Just animate it like 86 and you're fine. How is this not a thing? Like, how is the overlap of Ace Combat and anime not brought this to an existence yet? Seems strange. I also think that's published by Bandai Namco, so I'm a little surprised they didn't try to be like, hey, we know these guys over at Sunrise. They can make anime. And they just do that. Little disappointed. But maybe it'll happen. Because in general, not just Ace Combat in particular, but whole big lack of airplane-based anime. As a dude that likes airplanes,
you had that one about women that turned into airplanes. Did you not like that one?
I didn't start it, to be honest. It is on the list because I need to know.
Funniest fucking scene. It was always one of the like random like anime is random clips.
Oh shit! Okay, now I know
she turns into a plane.
Yeah.
Transforms.
I was thinking,
like, what the fuck is happening?
There's a series called Girly Air Force that they don't turn into the planes, but they're like psychically linked to the planes. There's also like weird. That's what I was thinking about for some reason. But yeah, like outside of like Dragon Pilot is one, and the animation style is definitely not Ace Combat like. It's very soft. So like airplane designs in it, they don't look bad, but they don't look great. You get a little bit of it in Gate, but also it's more just like a couple of scenes here and there. There are a couple that I have seen in like just trying to search things of like, does this exist? And I can't remember exactly what it was. I thought I put it in here, but I guess I didn't. But yeah, there's something from like the late 90s, I think. They had an OVA series that's about, it's basically just an Ace Combat plot. I haven't watched it yet, but that's on the list. Yeah, just airplanes don't get a lot of play, and I'm like, that seems like something that Japan would be into. Just in general. But something I would like to see as well is Studio Nut. The
Nut.
Studio Nut that does Tanya of Evil, which is a weird thing for a studio called Studio Nut to make, but okay. I either want in the same universe as Tanya is Evil or in the same style something about the Russo-Japanese War. Because it's kind of around, it's kind of a very World War I-y aesthetic because it's pre-World War I. It's like 1905, I think. And they do have, I'm trying to think of, Golden Kamui is, the main character is a soldier who fought in the Russo-Japanese War, but it's not about the Russo-Japanese War. But yeah, I mean, that's a big thing historically for Japan. I'm probably, it's probably not a good time to make that, with the, whole Russia-Ukraine thing. But yeah, I mean, it was a big deal. They slapped the shit out of the Russians and were like, get wrecked, fam. But yeah, I just think like that Tanya of Evil style is really cool. And even if you don't put magic, but it's just like a historical type thing, that'd be really cool to see because we don't have a lot of like good historical, like purely historical anime. They always have to have a twist, and usually the twist kind of invalidates a lot of it. But yeah, Studio Nut. They gotta go do some more Studio Nut stuff.
Nut.
Another kind of thing earlier, I want to see Studio Wit do Fallout. Studio Wit, I think.
Why They did the first 3 seasons of Attack on Titan.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't do the fourth one. I don't know. I think Wit was a smaller company compared to
Mappa.
Mappa.
Yeah.
Mappa's like a pretty big boy.
Yeah, 'cause Mappa's doing fucking everything right now.
Yeah, so it could have been like money or something like that. Could have been an issue. But yeah, Wit Studios, Wit did the first 3 seasons. Obviously made history with it.
Yeah, I mean, if they just kind of applied like a similar style, that would work pretty well. Even if you didn't like, I think Fallout's one of the few places you could get away with telling a non-game story. I mean, because like the games aren't linear, so you don't have like a direct path. Like there's not a canon path necessarily. So they could just say, "Fuck it, we'll like do a story from like Beijing or Shanghai or Tokyo or Berlin or something," and like yeah, cool, that's interesting, great. Like the Fallout world's just interesting in itself, so I think you can get away with that. There's a lot of other studios I'm sure would do a good job, but Studio was the first one that came to mind. I'm sure this is something people have brought up before, and we kind of have it somewhat in the Grand Order stuff, but I just want Ufotable to make a Fate series that's not Fate. Like, I just want to see King Arthur do King Arthur shit in King Arthur time. Like, fuck this legendary hero shit. I just do King thing. That's all I want. Or just fucking any of the legendary heroes, do their backstories. How this is not printing money for Fate or from Ufotable, I mean, it's kind of expensive to make because that animation's crisp, but yeah, I would like to see that too. Has my rambling spurred any concepts or ideas?
So it's about more tropes that we want to see.
Yeah, tropes or concepts you haven't seen done, or kind of just anything you want to see more in anime. Like it doesn't really certain types of characters, certain designs, certain anything.
More tsundere.
You say that, but are we at a lack of tsundere this season?
I think that's one I'll never get tired of.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to think. Like, what are we watching this season? And
there's not one in. Well, I mean,
I think Atome has one. I think Angelica's a little bit of a tsundere, not like super
kind of
tsundere,
because she was like noble and commoner.
Yeah.
She was all about the prince.
Yeah,
it was tsundere for him.
Yeah. You don't have one in World After Love Domination. You don't have one in Skelly Knight necessarily. Like Elf Lady is too nice. Spy Family doesn't have one.
No, it's usually if I'm playing a game or something with a romance option, it's usually the tsundere.
Tsundere.
I go for.
Yeah.
Tsundere.
We don't have Eris this season, so. Eris is big tsundere. Let me see. What else?
Don't know what a tsundere is. It's like
tough and cold, the bitch on the outside, but just wants to be loved on the inside.
Kind of have it a little bit in a couple of cuckoos, but it's not like as strong. Kaguya-sama doesn't necessarily have that. I guess you can kind of call Kagura a tsundere, but I don't think she's a tsundere. Maybe you can qualify that, but yeah. No, I guess there's really not a lot this season that's like big tsundere energy. More tsunderes, I guess.
More tournament arcs.
Yeah, I guess because like, I'm trying to think of what. There's really not like a big shonen thing on right now, right?
Nah, not that I know of.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think, and I'm like,
I mean, One Piece is going, but One Piece didn't really.
Yeah, there's a.
They had a tournament arc in Dressrosa, but
is Boruto Boy still going?
Yeah, they had a kind of.
They had the
arc, that was like a year or two ago.
Okay, they had the shitty Chunin exams.
He cheated in that one anyway.
Yeah, get wrecked, Boruto. That's why you'll always work at Chipotle. You're always gonna be a burrito boy. Yeah, I guess there's not a lot.
I'll probably never get. I guess it's more of. It's not tropes that I would want to see more of. It's more tropes that I'll never get tired of.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I don't really think I have anything in my mind where I'm like, oh, this doesn't exist, and I want to see it.
You kind of like, we're not going to see it anytime soon, but Spy Family kind of has like a little weird mini tournament arc thing in it. Which is it's not exactly what you think it'd be, but that's because that show is not really fit for a tournament arc necessarily. I can see Atome doing a pretty good like tournament arc. They already kind of did like a little mini one, but like a full ass like Leon kind of going through rankings or something. It would be kind of cool if Love After World Domination gets a second season, and then they do like a tournament to see who's the next Gelato member.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting way to introduce some characters. Yeah, no, I mean, I would definitely.
I know one. I know one that Seve would say he's sick of seeing, and it's one we've already talked about before.
Yeah, I'm just.
it's the she's older than she looks trope.
Yeah, that's one that will always stick to him. I kind of feel like that. I mean, it is prevalent, but I don't think it's as prevalent as the perception is.
Yeah, it's like I don't really need ecchi fan service anymore either.
Yeah, one of the ideas I had was a non-harem focused High School DxD spinoff. I will hold my breath, and it will never happen.
Just don't need that many harems.
Yeah,
everything doesn't need a harem anymore.
Like, I think High School DxD could have an interesting spinoff that's serious if you just focus on anyone else that is not Issei. Because, like, no one else is like, yo, Kiba, let me get a peek at that dick. Everyone's like, he's sword boy, he good boy. We like this guy. He has a really tragic backstory. Or, like, any of the other houses, because none of the other houses are like, we are gonna fuck that guy. No one else is like, we got an Issei that's just big red dragon energy that's just getting everyone like, yo. Yeah, no, just High School DxD, why you did this to me?
Like we mention it like every episode.
We do, because it's good. I think it would be kind of cool because we didn't get one necessarily. If I mean, I doubt it's gonna happen because I don't think one happens in Soul Eater either. If Fire Force had a tournament arc, I think that'd be really cool.
That'd be really cool.
There's
enough firepowers going on.
Hell yeah, love all the firepowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that would actually be a really cool thing. Like we don't see him as much anymore, but I think that a lot of shows could do a tournament arc and be pretty interesting.
Was it Records of Ragnarok?
Yeah, because that's what that show is, right? It's just a big tournament
the whole
arc.
the whole thing's tournament arc. Well, like even that one, I was like, meh.
Yeah.
It came out last year.
Yeah.
I was watching. I was like, this is kind of. I don't think you can have the whole show.
That's if Megalobox is effectively just like tournament arc with extra steps.
Yeah.
It's really good though. Like they do a good job. I'm trying to think of what big plane animes. Big.
Cody wants to see. Cody wants to see more planes.
I'd honestly, even if it's not a great show, I'll probably still watch if it got plane. Like, I will go through phases where I'm like, I really want something from Ace Combat. And there's just not an anime that satisfies that for me. It's just like, why? Why is this not a thing? But also, I mean, I guess you technically have like Azure Lane and stuff for the boat people, but
Boats.
not a lot of boat stuff out there either. Where's my waifu aircraft game, guys? Come on. Come on, Japan. Like,
Well, they're doing warships. Maybe planes will be next.
I mean, they have done tanks, they have done warships, and they have done guns.
Guns.
They ain't got a lot more space to go.
Remember, I tried watching the first episode of, was that Girls Panzer? No,
yeah, Girls in Panzer.
No, the gun one. What was the gun one?
Oh, fuck. Is it like Gun Girl Frontier or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think it was like a month or so ago. I tried watching it just to see what it was about. I just couldn't get past the first episode.
Girls are guns.
They're like M16, come over here, and I'm like, what the fuck?
At least with the
Their
boat
names are their
ones,
guns.
they have like actual names. But yeah,
No,
it's
they
just like M16, and you're like,
What? Yeah, it's just about fucking bruh. Their names are guns.
Bruh. That shit's crazy. Yeah. I don't know. There's because, like, there are certain things that I feel like are kind of unique to a show. Like, the ones I like, the ones I kind of like rank in my top 5 or so. I would feel like it would be hard to shove some of those tropes in. I'm like trying to think of like what from Bakano would I like to see in another show. And I think the setting would be good, but then like they did 91 days not that long after, and it wasn't as good. So I was like, well, okay, the setting, like I feel like it's good. It's just kind of hard to watch, and I just don't want to pay attention to things most of the time. So I'm like, I'm gonna watch this. But I've heard people say it is good, so maybe I'll give it a try. But another try, I should say.
This isn't super shocking because Overlord's in my top 3. I want to see more main protagonist is a villain or anti-hero.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the hero or the good guy. I would like to see more of that.
Yeah.
Or you basically just the bad guy.
Yeah. It is a kind of interesting thing because you kind of have that a little bit in multiple shows this season. Like, you have Reaper Princess, technically the bad guy.
Yeah.
Being very, like, laissez-faire about, like, oh, yeah, Gecko's trying to destroy the world, but whatever. You know, I'm just trying to be me.
And family way here, all that stuff.
Yeah. And then Leon and Otome's not necessarily the bad guy, but he's not the good guy.
He's definitely like the anti-hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why I think I like that show, is because it's like, I hate these people, I hate this game.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to, like the last episode, he's like, I just want to be a mob, and he's getting like promoted.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, the queen is like, wants you to be like tier 5 or whatever, and he's like, no, I'll refuse. And then he gets that letter in the mail, and he's like, yeah, after you graduate, I'm gonna recommend you for 5. And the robots basically, no matter what you do, you're gonna get promoted.
Yeah. Oh, because, like, yeah, I mean, one of my favorite characters of all time is Lelouch, and he's, like, anti-hero of anti-heroes.
Yeah, he's not, like, a good guy. He's a super manipulative.
Yeah, he's kind of a huge asshole most of the time.
He's a huge asshole.
But you're like, yeah, I like that about
But he's
you,
so
Lelouch.
likable.
I like the cut of your jib, Lelouch.
Charismatic. Need
Like-
more charismatic bad guys.
So I'm kind of thinking about it, and, like, we don't have, like, you kind of have that in Gundam, but not, like, it's not the main character.
Like in Double O is basically they're basically like terrorists.
Yeah, they're like,
Are we the baddies?
it is a weird thing, because, like, the season 2 of Double O, like, kind of just, like, brushes by that. Season 1, it kind of brings it up a little bit. They're like, yeah, we're sacrificing ourselves to end war. The second season's like, fuck those guys, we're going after them, and you're like, what? Is there a plan? And they're like, no.
Season 1, they're like, we are the world police. If you start fighting, we'll kill both of you.
Yeah. And in season 2, they're like, fuck that guy, fuck that guy, fuck that guy. And it just, yeah, it kind of, falls apart a little bit. I was gonna say, you kind of have it in some Gundams, like where you have Char as kind of the antagonist, but like having enough development to kind of also be an anti-hero to an extent. And Zek's kind of being the same way for Gundam Wing. But yeah, you don't have like a mainline Gundam where like the main person is kind of the anti-hero. And it's kind of, there's, can't remember exactly. I think it's just called, maybe it's just the Mobile Suit Gundam podcast. I can't remember. But a couple of years ago, or maybe a year or two ago, the two people who do the show were basically going back week to week and watching Mobile Suit Gundam week to week and they would like research why the show was the way it was. They like do cultural research on the times and stuff. And there's a bunch of really interesting things of like, oh, yeah, like there's a bunch of political strife in this era. There are a bunch of refugees from Vietnam, and it was like a huge crisis and everything. And it kind of in a weird way, Japan of that era was very much like Amarore. We want someone to follow the rules and be the good guy. But then like you have 2007 come around, Code Geass comes out, and everyone's like, Lelouch's the coolest shit ever. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of its Mobile Suit Gundam of its generation, because like at that point, a bunch of people are like, fuck the government. Like, inflation's really high, we're in a recession, the government's done a bunch of dumb, especially in Japan, like a bunch of dumb fiscal decisions up to that point. So they feel it like slightly worse than we did here. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of like why people like that character so much. It's because it's like, fuck the rules, I'm getting mine. But yeah, like you just don't see a lot of good anti-heroes, right? Like they stand out when they happen because most of them, if they're there, they're good. Like then you have like Ainz, you have Lelouch. I guess to kind of an extent you have Sasuke a little bit. Like he kind of comes in and out. Because like
not to like the very end.
Yeah, like okay, I guess like Burrito Boy, he is kind of an anti-hero. Maybe
because
not even an end.
Burrito, he just doesn't want to do what his dad did. He's got daddy issues.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Sasuke has family issues.
You know, that's what I'm saying is like, like Sasuke by the time Burrito Boy rolls around, it's like maybe not an anti-hero because he's not really like bad guy anymore, but he's like, I did some shit, I did some dirt, right?
He won't stay in the village. He doesn't want to stay in the village because he's using it for like his repentance. So he basically protects the village from outside of the village.
Yeah.
So he's basically the entire Anbu Black Ops.
and one guy because
like, he's that damn strong.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like the Anbu in OG Naruto fucking suck. Like they get
absolutely.
left and right. They're like
it's so
worst.
funny that they keep talking about how it's like the most ultimate. They're like, yeah, Itachi made Anbu like by the time he was 13 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you watch the Chunin exams whenever freaking Orochimaru invades.
Yeah.
Where the Anbu, they're getting bodied.
Yeah, left and right, and then you have like Itachi and Guy holding their own, and like the fucking announcer guy holds his own.
Yeah,
and it's just like because
this is the Anbu Black Ops, the best of the best. And it's like, where are they at? Huh?
Yeah, because those like the two guys from the arena go try to chase the Sound Ninja 5 after Sasuke at some point. And like they don't like kill any of the Sound Ninja, but they like do actually do something. And you're like, these motherfuckers, announcer guy who I don't even know if has a real name, is doing way more than the Anbu has done at all in this entire series. Fucking Anbu, goddamn losers. Yeah. So yeah, Sasuke is the Anbu because the Anbu kind of suck. Yeah, no, that's you can't think of.
I want more villain anime.
I wonder if we're gonna, cause like I've heard people talking about when My Hero gets to the My Villain stuff.
Yeah, it was like the last really 5 episodes.
Oh shit! Okay, so I've missed it then.
Yeah, they did a. It's the My Villain Academia arc.
Really inventive naming. But yeah, I mean, I keep seeing a bunch of art from the manga of like Deku going villain, and that kind of seems like an interesting thing. Like either he goes out of control or he gets shunned for trying to do something, and he's like, "Fuck all you guys, I'm better than the rest of you." Yeah, I can't think of any other like. I guess Alucard to an extent is kind of an anti-hero.
I think he just likes to kill people.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing it for a good cause, but yeah, he's kind of a psychopath.
Nazis. Can't be a villain if you're killing Nazis.
I guess a lot of other people too.
I mean, yeah.
A lot of other people. I'm trying to like think of, is there anyone else? Yeah, not really. I can't think of any.
We need to do a quick Google search and see what comes up.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like, we don't really get a lot of anti-heroes. Maybe it's just because they're kind of difficult to write.
I like how in Google image search it's Lelouch and Alucard.
I mean, there was that funny the Purple Eyes his Code Geass
Purple Eyes, what the
bridge.
fuck?
Yeah. He there's one point like towards the end of what he had done of like Lelouch is related to Alucard on his dad's side or something, and he like calls him and he's like, oh yeah, because he calls Death the Kid, and Death the Kid's like, Lelouch, stop killing people, and he's like, I don't wanna, and he's like, stop, we are working overtime and we can't keep up with you, we've like, sure, some people have gotten through, and he's because he's in the Purple Eyes universe, Lelouch's dad is related to the Grim Reaper, and Lelouch's mom is related to Alucard. And Alucard Lelouch is like, so you're saying I should blow up the right people? And Death the Kid's like, yes, no, that's not what I'm saying. And then he's like, I'm gonna do it. And then Alucard pops, he's like, do it. It's pretty good. Purple Eyes is also in Hellsing Abridged. He's like one of the background guys at some point. Love that guy. Yeah, no, I can't, like, there's just not a lot of good anti-heroes, and there needs to be more. Because anti-heroes slap.
The ones I'm, like, seeing on this list, it's like, one, I've already seen them, and, like, two, it's like, yeah, but they're not, like, it's, like, every other year, or every other couple of years, like Elfin Lied is one, because Lucy just murders people.
Yeah.
I never saw Angels of Death. I heard it was good. Yeah, like Hellsing Ultimate, Overlord's on there. Saga of the Tanya the Evil is on there.
That's a fair point. I'll give him that one.
She's just.
I wouldn't say she's really an anti-hero.
I would say she's a villain, but she's.
She walks the line, I guess.
She doesn't have empathy.
Yeah.
And then they have Lelouch, and then like Yagami from Death Note.
Yeah, I guess that was also very applicable.
That was the other one that Brian brought up was Death Note's OP. I don't know who it was by. I just remember it being called The World because it's in my Spotify playlist. That's a damn good song.
Anime OPs bang, man. Sometimes, not all, but a lot of them.
But yeah, I need more. I just want more Overlord. Okay,
just make Overlord. Just one piece of Overlord. Let's go.
Put it into my veins.
Forever. Just a drip of Overlord.
They said they're doing
2 seasons of a movie, or a season of a movie. I can't remember what they said, because the movie was supposed to be volume 15. So then they're like, yeah, the movie's gonna be. Yeah, I think they said volume 15 will be the movie. And so it's going to end at 17 volumes. So that's still 2 seasons. So that could be either 2 movies or 1 season. Because most of the time the season is 3 volumes.
Interesting.
Because I think season 1 was...
yeah, because I think you
season
sent me that
volumes
list.
1 through 3. Yeah, there was a list where they broke it down.
Because next season is just 10 and 11. You're like...
Yeah. Next season it's only 2 volumes in 1.
Either nothing's going to happen or everything happens.
Season 1 was 1 through 3, and then 4 through 6, and 7 through 9. And then the new season is going to be 10 and 11.
So kind of in the spirit of like wanting that to go on and wanting more of it, is there a series you can think of that you want a sequel to? That like you feel needs to be continued? So I was thinking about that as you were talking about it. I'm like, there's definitely some stuff that's been cut short, like Zapang. Its manga goes way further than the anime, and it gets really interesting from my understanding of the summaries. And I'm trying to think of like other series that I'm like, is there something that just needs more? Not necessarily that I want, because like Code Geass is this way, is that like I want more Code Geass, I don't want more Lelouch, because like that is the entire point of R2, and they bring him back in a fucking movie, and I'm like, you motherfuckers. But like Code Geass has a very interesting world, and they put a lot of time into building that world. So I think just kind of branching out of that. I'm trying to think of. Oh, that's why I'm like, what? Why is this? So I'm going through my mail right now to be like, what needs a sequel?
I'm trying to log into my mail and I can't.
Good job. Mal's like, nah, fam, you don't get to answer this question.
Apparently, I don't remember my Google password.
I would say, and I don't know if this is a controversial opinion, or if it's just an opinion no one's gonna give a shit about. I want to see a time skip Baccano. I want to see a Baccano in like the 60s.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, because I mean, those characters are technically, spoilers if you've never seen Baccano, immortal. So, just, what is this organized crime going to look like in the 60s? Are they doing mafia shit? Have they changed? Are they getting weird? What's going on? I think that's like an interesting thing you could do. Other Code Geass. Like, Keto of the Exile is actually really good, as much as people didn't watch it. Yeah, give me other shit happening in Code Geass, because the world's interesting. I definitely don't think that's something that everything can do, though. Like, I'm scrolling here, and, like, Eureka 7 AO is not very good by comparison to Eureka 7, because they were like, oh, well, it's a multiverse thing, and it's just not done well. But like, yeah, I was like scrolling through, and Fire Force is a thing that I don't think.
They're getting another season, I think.
Yeah, but like when that story ends, I don't think they could do a full series following somebody else.
Right.
Like maybe like a short like couple episode OVA series following Captain Obi or one of the established characters, possibly. If they don't get like a lot of backstory in this show, but I think that one is very dependent on the people versus the world necessarily. Oh shit! Another thing that Billy Kemitz, or what his name is,
Kemitz?
Yeah, that guy. Another thing he voiced was the main guy from Way of the House Husband.
Yes, that is right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's really sad because I really like that show. I would watch that forever. Like, if they keep making it, I'd keep watching it. Let me see here. What other shows do I feel like could get away with that?
Well, you see, this is like the best news for me this year,
because it's like what things that I've wanted to get a sequel, like Devil's a Part-Timer.
Yeah.
Went like 10 years. It went like 10 years without anything about a sequel. Now we know that it's going to get a second season. It's going to be like next month.
Yeah.
So, like, I can't really wish for that because that's already going to happen. Bleach is getting another season. Overlord's getting another season.
I think another one I don't think would work is Kill la Kill. Like, as much as I'd love to see more Kill la Kill, I think that story's told. I don't think there's anything else they could really do.
No, I think that they pretty much finished that one off.
Yeah, like I don't even think the world could really facilitate another.
It's like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
That story was finished. Like,
yeah, I think
as good as that was, I don't think it getting a sequel would.
Yeah, maybe a spin-off. Maybe instead of a sequel. I think that world could facilitate, but it just wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't think you, like, in the weirdest way possible, I think the name of Full Metal Alchemist is poisoned at this point. Like,
probably.
There is such a high expectation that will come with that name that whatever you do is not going to live up to it. Even if it's good, it's not going to be what people expect. Maybe. I know the expectations would just be astronomical, though. I would like another thing to Knights and Magic. I think there's still some more there, but I don't
I've
think
seen
there's
I've
any
seen
interest.
that one a lot.
Yeah, it's good. I enjoyed it. I've read most of the manga for it too, and I was like, yeah, this is good. I like this.
More Hunter x Hunter, but they're writing it. So.
Yeah, so you're getting it. Yeah, Knights and Magic. If you're just like out of isekai, it's pretty good isekai. It's pretty okay. I'm not gonna say it bangs, but it's pretty good. Let's go through here and see. This might be a somewhat unpopular opinion, maybe. At least in reference to Gundam. I mean, there's a lot of things in Gundam I'd like to see animated. A lot of people are like, "Yo, do Crossbone Gundam. That would slap. Let's go."
Crossbones would be really good.
Yeah. There are a couple of other ones that come up that are like popular mangas, like Echo de Seal or something like that. Honestly, though, I kind of want to, like, before Tomino dies, because he's getting pretty old, I want him to sit down with some creative team and be like, okay, we're going to do Gundam F91 as a series the way it was kind of originally planned. Because F91's pretty okay. It's a weird fucking movie. It's got a bunch of weird, very, like, hard cuts. But it's, like, an interesting concept. And they were kind of, like... The production, like, reading about the production of that's super weird. Because they're like, hey, we're going to do this thing. They're like, cool, we'll plan out a story. And I think they got, like, the first few episodes pretty much flushed out and kind of the arc for the first 12. And they got told, hey, no, it's going to be a movie. You have a year to do it. And they're like, fuck? What? Are you serious? No way. And I don't know. I think that's just a thing that I think people could get excited for. And I know we already have a lot of UC stuff going, but Bandai likes to have something UC going pretty much all the time. And then whatever they're doing, like The Witch from Mercury, which comes out in October, I think. October, November.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, very excited. More stuff came out about that, and that looks really good. Got some more character and mech designs, so that's a show. Got some staff, too.
Not really a second season, but we've talked about it before. I would just want them to redo Dead Man Wonderland.
Yeah, that was another
I would
thing.
I'd like to see I don't want to see season 2 of Dead Man Wonderland. I want to see
a redo.
Just redo it.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine for what it was, but obviously the manga kept going. I want to see that.
I want to see Seraph of the End also get a redo, because
I
actually quite enjoyed Seraph of the End. Like, it's not great, but
did you ever watch
potential.
Blood Lad?
Oh.
It was really weird. It was good. It was really random, but it was a good show. And I think it only got like 12 episodes. I would like to see that. It definitely wasn't like a 10 out of 10 amazing show. It was just a fun show.
Yeah.
I would like to see that get a second season. Would be Blood Lad.
I would like to see, not even really as a big thing. I just want to see Skate continue. Skate was really good. Skate the Infinite was really good, and it doesn't set itself up in a way that, like, it implies a second season, but it's just people skateboarding. So it's like,
right.
Yeah, just go to a different part of Japan and do extreme skating or some shit. I don't know. Yeah, and then I would say Tanya of Evil, not Tanya of Evil. But that's also getting more stuff. So
yeah,
that's, I mean, it's already there, so we don't have much to say there. But yeah. Was there, like, other things you wanted to talk about?
She gave recommendations
Okay.
for Mia.
Oh, continuing? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Toradora.
Okay. That makes sense.
She also agreed on Skate the Infinite.
Fuck yeah. Love Skate.
And she mentioned Ghost Hunt, which I forgot about. Do you remember Ghost Hunt? It was like it was on Netflix. And she was a paranormal investigator. And she teamed up with this pretty boy, and they would just go from site to site investigating paranormal activities. Have you not seen that one? I thought you did. I know. I think Seve's seen it. Maybe that's what it was.
Interesting. like, when did this come out?
Oh, like I think 2007, something like that.
Oh shit. Okay. Weird. Okay. Because at first I thought you were talking about ghost stories, and I was like,
No, that's
Why would-
perfect the way it is.
yeah, so it's like,
It's
why do you
the-
want
the
more
English-
of that?
With the English dub, it's perfect the way it is.
Yeah, don't touch it. Leave it be. It's
Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. There's a club at school where they like to exchange ghost stories. Apparently, it's an abandoned building on their property. But then they get interrupted, and there's Shibuya Kazuya, who is the president of Psychic Research Company. He's basically a paranormal investigator, and he's there to research the abandoned school building. So the next day, they investigate it and break some chick's camera, and she breaks his camera, so he hires her in exchange. So you get the main two pro tags, basically doing this paranormal investigation. I think it was only like 25. I think it was 25 episodes. It's pretty good. It was really good if you like paranormal thriller kind of show.
interesting. Huh? Yeah, it's kind of. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
guess
really
a
like-
lot of like Netflix anime is skated under my radar if it's not.
It wasn't really like it wasn't like Netflix anime.
Yeah,
It was
they
just
didn't make it. It's on.
it was
Netflix.
just it was on Netflix, and that was the only time I was able to see it. I'm pretty sure it's on Funimation, probably on Crunchyroll.
One thing I will say that this is like super unrelated to continuations. Although I super agree with Adi, Horimiya needs a fucking another season. If they never do it, or if like there is no continuation on like the manga or the light novel, if it was adapted, stops there, motherfuckers, give us more. We need to know what happens. I mean, I know
That's what-
generally what happens, but
Yeah, that's what she wants. She wants to see what happens.
yeah, one more Skate the Infinite. God damn it. Skate the Infinite's so good. Skate the Infinite is simultaneously like one of the funnest and one of the most depressing shows I've ever watched. It is a weird mix of emotions, but it's great every moment. Something I intend to watch this week is a weird one. It's called Smile Down the Runway. It's a couple of years old. But it has kind of like My Dress Up Darling vibes without all the fan service. Is like this dude is a aspiring fashion design student, and he somehow gets connected to this like modeling chick, and then it's like just them going through their whole like early career of like all of the people telling him how to do designs and like kind of dealing with the industry, and everyone's kind of an asshole, and like all the models are kind of the same way and stuff. It seems very interesting. I remember someone at some point a couple of years ago talking about it in like one of their like anime of this upcoming season videos or whatever. But that one I think would be quite good. So I'm hoping that is the case. I'm trying to think of like what else could use a readaptation or just an adaptation or a continuation, and I'd say I'm drawing a blank. Like I would hope,
Line barrels of iron.
you know, at this point, if they redid it, I don't even fucking care. I'd still watch it. Like
I'd watch it.
it's got some cringe stuff, but you know what? I'm into it. Like this is the realest portrayal of like teenage kid gets mech power. Let's fucking go, bro. Like all of us are the same way. Like everyone feels called out by being like Shinji's the realist mech protagonist, and yeah, probably like that's a stressful ass job. But if you don't think about it, if you're just like I am indifferent to the world, then you probably can become a huge asshole very quickly. I'm into it. Goddamn Lion Iron. God, that kind of makes me want to watch it again. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, that mech was pretty cool.
Yeah, they still like make models and stuff of those mechs, but they're super expensive because
It's so funny. 'cause
it's kind
it's
of
like
like niche.
it's like a 14-year-old show.
Yeah,
And it only got one season.
yeah. It's a thing that I would really like to see.
Fucking Koichi.
I'm trying to think of what other. I can't really think of any other. You know, I'm trying to think of like what weird sports don't have sports anime that I really want to see.
Well, they just made a golf one, so I can't say that.
Yeah, the golf lesbian mafia. Yeah, I saw Mother Spaceman's video about that. I'm tempted to give it a chance.
I keep seeing it on Crunchyroll when I'm on the just updated list. And I'm like, maybe, and then I don't.
Yeah,
I'm like, maybe. You know what? Gun Sword. That needs another. That needs a second season. I just want more of that.
yeah, I think they could pick back up where they left off because like,
Or they could just make it new with new stylized.
yeah, I mean, hell, even if they just did an update, I think that'd be fine. I'm trying to think of what other things.
Gun Sword. Dan of Thursday.
Because I would, maybe not a remake, but I think a remastering of Eureka 7 would be cool. It's old enough at this point that some of that animation looks a little jank, but there is still Eureka 7 stuff coming out, and I don't understand it. And none of it's good. I mean, I say that. I've not seen most of it, but there's a reason for that. Like, the movie that immediately comes out after Eureka 7, The Summer of Love, I think. Garbage. People are probably going to hate me for that. Like, it's got this weird cult following, and I don't understand. I watched it, and I was like, this introduces the concept of a multiverse, but doesn't tell you about it. It just kind of is like, implies it, but it doesn't tell you explicitly. So everyone's like, these are not the characters I liked. And yeah, it's because they all act fucking different because they're in a different universe, and the technology kind of works the same, but there's like a whole different. And then Eureka 7 AO comes back and establishes more of it, and in and of its own right, it's a pretty okay show. But like, I think it's High Evolution are the new set of movies that have been coming out that are kind of like the rebuilds,
right?
And just no, I've not seen them, and I almost refuse to watch them at this point.
No,
like, it is a studio or a production house missing the point of why the show was good in the first place, and refusing to relent. They're like, fuck you, we're right. It's the Principal Skinner meme of like, well, the kids are wrong, I'm right. It's that is basically what's happening. I'm not gonna lie, I think extreme kite flying would be a really interesting sports anime, because it's
paragliding.
It seems, well, not even that, like actual, like, Willie from the Super Best Friend cast got into it for a while, and there's actually competitive kiting where they'll, like, in some countries have...
Like battle?
Yeah, they'll have, like, knives on the front of the kites, and the goal is to cut the other kite string, or they'll have, like, glass-coated string to where it, like, is supposed to cut the other one. Fucking let's go. Like, you find the most extreme version of that in the world, and just make that an anime. Because that, like, someone's going to sit here and tell me tying a knife to a kite to cut another kite is not anime as fuck. Y'all don't understand anime. Like, that is peak. This makes no fucking sense, but let's do it anyway. And I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what I want. I want some dumb fucking sports I've never heard of to be cool as hell. And that's all I want. Yeah, I was gonna say like a Gundam sports anime, but those already exist, so I can't really go that route.
Croquet.
You know, I'd maybe consider watching a croquet anime, depending on.
Have you played croquet?
I don't think so.
It's pretty intense.
And you got a big like mallet and a ball.
Because when you get up,
gotta put your foot on the ball.
When you get up next to your opponent's balls,
you're like right there.
You can just whack the shit out of their ball. So satisfying.
Fuck your ball, bro. Your ball's dumb.
Fuck.
I'm trying to think of what other. I'm sure there's got to be other sports, because like I don't want like another regular ass sport in a sports anime.
Yeah, we don't need basketball anymore.
Yeah, I mean, like I think there's like 2 or 3 pretty good basketball anime. There are a couple of there's at least one like American football and a couple of soccer ones. I think Blue Lock is supposed to come out this year sometime, and everyone's like, "Yo, that's a fucking banger." I'm like, okay. I don't watch soccer, but maybe, I guess, I don't know. Maybe that's how I get into watching it.
They already have a soccer anime.
Yeah. But like, like there's just Captain Tsubasa and then Blue Lock and stuff. But like, I want the weird sports. Like, I want the sports that no one talks about, and then it's like, when I see it in the anime, I'm like, that's not a real sport. And then I Google it and I'm like, holy shit, this is a real sport. Those are the sports I want. Like, if you gave me an extreme dodgeball anime, I'd fuck yeah.
Shuffleboard.
Yo.
Extreme shuffleboard.
Don't even extreme it. Like,
just shuffleboard.
I've got a really, like, I think it would be really cool to do an extreme dodgeball where like the floor falls out and stuff. But yeah, if you do a shuffleboard, that could be the most like simultaneously tense and wholesome sports anime ever.
Just a bunch of anime dads.
Yeah.
On a shuffleboard team.
Hell yeah, let's go. I'm into it.
Do it. Let's do it.
I feel like at this point we're asking for like Japan to make sports about animes that Japan has, or animes about sports that Japan has no idea about. So it would probably bomb there, but you know what? I would like it. And that's all that's important to me. Where is this lesbian golf show? I'm very confused.
Arguing about. Oh, the
the the golf show with the ladies and the
it's Birdie Wing golf girl story.
I'm just gonna go ahead and search that because
it's on Crunchyrolls.
Yeah, I thought I would see. What's this? I thought I would have seen it because I'm just scrolling through and I'm like, where is this? Oh, there it is. It's right in front of me. I'm fucking blind. Good job.
Yeah, it's a lot about gambling as well.
Hell yeah. Illegal gambling. That's another anime I think I could get into. Is
Kakaguri?
No. Maybe.
What is that?
Yeah, like it's the one that's on Netflix about the gambling and the like one lady who's really into it.
Yeah, Kakaguri.
Really?
The gambling high school.
Yeah, it's like not as bad as Food Wars, but there's some interesting screen grabs from that show.
Yeah, they wear all like the all red.
Yeah. Very striking uniforms. I just want a series that is like following like a Las Vegas not loan shark, like bet store people. There's a name for those, the bookies. That's what I was thinking of.
The books.
Yeah, it just like getting people like, because then what you can do is have a sports anime that's not about sports, because it's just about people betting on sports, and you don't even have to really show the games a lot and be like, this dude lost a lot of money, but you have those like tense moments. But that could be interesting. Yeah, Birdie Wing, hell yeah. Oh no, it's only subtitled.
Gotta pay attention to it.
Oh fuck, I don't want to do this now. I'm still adding it
Not
to the watch
interested.
list, I'm not gonna lie. Oh damn. There's the RPG real estate show that I wanted.
I've been wanting to see that. There was another one. It was like
but it's also only
there was one that is an isekai, and I forgot what it was called. But it was like item shop in another world or something like that.
Oh yeah, is it? So I think there's that one, and I also think there's one that's like a pharmacist that opens a pharmacy.
I think it's that one.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, couldn't remember if they're the same one or not. Yeah, give me more isekai like that, of just some random profession getting teleported and being like, I'm okay with this.
Because we like Grace of Gods because he made a business.
Yeah.
And we like that a lot.
Yeah. So what we do is we take a stock trader from Wall Street and teleport him to this fantasy world. And
The Wolf of Isekai.
yo, you make jokes, but Wolf of Isekai, guys. We'll get Leo in there. We'll get someone that sounds like Leo, because we can't afford Leonardo DiCaprio. We can get a fucking double though. I'm sure that exists. There's got to be a lot of people that can do that. Get them in and just be like, yo, listen, I'm going to sell you these 3 magic cows for your castle. And then you know, like this world's IRS is going to be like, that doesn't sound legal. And he'll be like, it's not.
It's not. That's the trick.
Where's our IRS isekai? I'm sure Japan's got an IRS, right? That's a thing. I think government has to have an IRS.
Oh, man.
I could do an IRS isekai. Or not isekai. Idea.
Anyway.
Isekai all of the IRS at once into another world. I could get behind that. Because in this fantasy world, they're going to be like, what the fuck are you? And they'll be like the IRS. And they're like, what is that?
What is the IRS?
And then they have to try to explain to them. And they're like, I don't get it. I understand taxes exist, but I don't understand why you exist for taxes. And they're like, what? People don't pay taxes? Is that an option?
It's always an option to not pay your taxes.
Well, yeah, and then the IRS comes after you.
You just go to jail.
Yeah, you know. I don't think most people want to go to jail. I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of people who don't like the IRS though. No, what you got to do. Big brain idea. If you're going to isekai an entire department of a government, isekai the NSA. And then you just kind of like gate it, like where they're just very unfazed by it. They're like, okay, well, it's time to start collecting information from here just in case we get home, you know? Maybe it's important. And then you just see a bunch of weird fucking NSA people just like walking down the street. I mean, like, I don't understand any of these motherfuckers, but it's important. Bunch of dumb ideas. But I'm sure, you know, I'm sure some of this stuff will make it. I'm sure there's probably already graphic or light novels that exist for some of these ideas. You know, the IRS in another world. That's not a long enough name. It'd have to be longer.
It's not long. It's not a whole sentence.
Yeah.
It's not a... It's a compound name. Compound in there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of... I'm sure that you know, we'll think of one eventually. But yeah, so anime that don't exist, that should exist. We've done it. We've fixed anime forever. You're welcome.
You're welcome, Internet.
IRS anime. I will say I want an isekai that's not a fantasy world at this point. Like, I'm kind of just done with fantasy worlds.
Yeah.
I take that back. I want a good isekai that's in a non-fantasy setting. I just don't know what that would be. Because like, I don't think... There is one show coming out this season that I'm kind of interested in that is like a isekai uncle or something, where it's like the main character's uncle got isekai'd but came back. So he's just a raving lunatic because he's talking about the world he got isekai'd into.
I've seen about that.
That seems like an interesting concept. I can get behind that. We want to keep isekai fresh. That's a good way to do it. I'm into it.
Need more reverse isekai.
Yeah, let's go. Let's bring other people. I mean, we're getting Demon Lord in what's the fucking fast food Demon Lord? What's it called?
Devil's a part-timer.
That one. I don't know why I can't remember that name. I think it's because it's not your regular light novel stupid ass name that I can't remember. It's like just a good name. I'm like, oh.
I mean, it's a devil working at a McDonald's.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, more of that shit, please. Like,
that's what we're getting.
Yeah, it's more. I just other
McRonald's.
McRonald's. They just
McRonald's.
It does make me kind of want to just see more. Like, give me a fast food anime. I don't even care. There's like
Food Wars, but fast
less
food?
sexual. Yeah, let's go. Like Food Wars, but actual Food Wars.
You can't have it. You have to have the sexual tendencies in your food making shows.
No. See, this is what we do.
It's either that or bust.
We do real Food Wars where Mickey D's and KFC are at war. Like,
they did that in Devil's a Part-Timer.
No, but for real, like.
Oh, like corporate warfare?
Oh, maybe. I mean, like license the actual things.
Oh,
And then just like have their people go out on the street and yell at the McDonald's employees, and then the McDonald's employees like put a bunch of posters on the KFC, and it's just a bunch of like, just make it a skit anime, like 4 or 5 skits an episode, no more than a few minutes a pop, dumb fast food shit, and I'm into it. I think that's a good one. I think
big bang boom.
yeah, let's I mean, fast food for real. Interesting. It's almost kind of like those God, is it, I can't remember, those memes of like Nigerian or Kenya Domino's is fighting Kenyan or Papa John's for whatever country it is.
The meme page on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah, just that, but in anime. Let's go.
Amazing.
We gotta get the licensing in there too, because we gotta capitalize on this idea. But yeah, those are our ideas. I'm sure you guys have got a lot of other ideas and didn't pick a lot out of the incoherent ramble we just did, but
Yeah, we lost a lot of steam there.
yeah, we kind of just see. That's what happens when Seve's not here to keep us organized. We blow it all at the beginning, and then we're like, by the end, like, what are words? What is the IRS isekai?
Words hard.
Words. Why use many word when few word work good?
And if like I do anything during the day before we record, I'm already tired.
Yeah, no, that's like because you had went somewhere, and then I had went. So we've both been on journeys before this recording session. So we started later than usual because I was like, I'm late, and I'm like almost done with my weeklies. Like I just got to get it in, and I barely did. Like we started right after I finished Love After World Domination, I think, or no, something else.
Skeleton Night.
Skelly Night. That's right. Yeah.
I was on the way back because we went to see family because Father's Day is tomorrow, and so we went to see grandparents because neither one of us have a father.
That makes sense.
So
You gotta
we
go
went to
somewhere
see-
for it, I guess.
We had to go see her grandparents,
Yeah,
and so that was like a 40-minute drive though.
yeah, it's a long ass drive.
Yeah, I was like,
I am
shit.
about that life.
I know. If I wanted to drive 40 minutes, I'd just go see you.
Yeah. No, I mean, forgetting it was Father's Day entirely, I went on about an hour and 15-minute
It's
drive
tomorrow.
to find some LEDs that didn't exist. So, I'm just doing great on this Father's Day holiday. Really hitting the mark here.
I did find gas for like $4.58,
Oh shit.
so that was nice.
Yeah. No, I meant to get gas while I was out, but I forgot to do it. So I'm gonna have to do it this week and be like,
It's like
oh.
$70 to fill up the tank.
Yeah, no, I think is like fuel efficient as Taylor's car is. It's still like it's like it used to be like $20 because she has a small car, so it's got a small tank.
Yeah, hers was like $20.
Yeah, now it's like 40, 45. I think I almost got to 50
Fuck.
the other day, and I was like, bro, I have not worried about gas most of my life, but now I'm worried about
I know.
gas.
I know. It's like I've never worried about gas prices. Like, oh, it's going up a little bit. Okay,
Yeah,
but like it's never really. I think the last time it got over $4 was like 2008, and I wasn't driving in 2008, so I didn't give a shit.
yeah, but now it's like, oh, this is what a bad economy feels like.
Now that we're adults,
Yeah, we're like, oh, god damn it, why is gas so expensive?
go back to my early 20s.
Yeah, well, let's just wheel it back a couple of years. We'll be fine. It's all right. Yeah, see, we gotta go to Mars and get Teslas. So we gotta get on that electric game. That
We're both gonna show up at your house one Saturday, and we're like, we're here to record. That's not the tripod.
and be like, oh, okay. I mean, you say that. Between the Yeti and my camera, we could probably do it. Wouldn't look
Probably do
great, but we could do it.
Live stream.
Yeah.
I'm a live recording.
Yeah. We would have to guilt the audience though and be like, Seve and Dean spent like $100 in gas to get here, guys. There's a donate button, that's the gas fund.
Well, it's like my wedding is on a Saturday, and then my honeymoon is the next Saturday.
So what we'll do is we'll try to plan in advance so that when you're gone on your honeymoon, Holly will just fill your spot. Unless Seve's also sick, then it's just gonna be like.
Can I join
You're
on
able-
voice calls like on my phone? Because I can just do a cameo.
Yeah, fuck it, I don't care.
I'll be at my hotel or at Universal. I'll be like, "Yo,
Look at this thing,
I'm on honeymoon."
and I'll be like, it's a roller coaster. I'm terrified of them.
Obviously not at my wedding because both of y'all are gonna be there.
Yeah. I'll just be there, like I'll just have a computer running in the background recording all of it, and we'll just have the wedding episode. Yeah, that's gonna be a thing. No, it's not. I'm not gonna do that. It's way too much work.
We can do a bachelor party.
Yeah, we can. I mean, I know I'm the one that's supposed to plan it, but I don't.
Right.
Like, you picked
I
the worst
just-
planning person to ever plan shit ever.
Said something the other day about bachelor party, and she said no strippers. I said Cody's the best man. I don't think if anybody was to pick something, it would be strippers.
Yeah, you picked like the one person that's like that's not
The
where they
most
went
awkward.
immediately.
The most awkward person.
Yeah, I'd be like, can you not, like, we paid you to go over there, okay? I don't want you in my circle, okay? Personal space. I'm doing things. I'm trying to edit the podcast.
I'm trying to edit the podcast.
I have to make the thumbnails, okay?
That's funny.
Yeah, maybe we'll figure something. I mean, I guess I will figure something out because guess
I'm
I
sure
can't
we'll
really put you in on the planning because it's your bachelor party.
I'm sure we'll just hang out or something.
Yeah, probably. I know,
Right,
yeah.
so, like,
I'm not the most inventive person, so we'll just hang out and I'll be editing thumbnails.
maybe we'll record it. It'll be the podcast.
Yeah, we'll just do like a small snippet and be like, "This is the podcast, guys. please donate to Cody's gas fund."
It's like what you do for your bachelor party. I recorded a podcast.
It was great. Now we'll figure something out that is not a podcast. I don't know what it'll be, but we'll figure something out. I mean, we've been over this. I will figure something out probably. I don't know. Maybe like Seve, I need help. I can't organize things. How do you organize things?
It's true.
Yeah.
The most hyper focused of us all.
Yeah. He's got his ADHD the most in check. He's like, bro, I will excel the shit out of this bachelor party.
This guy has spreadsheets.
Yeah. I like the idea that he's just gonna, like, it's not gonna be a bachelor party. It's just him doing a presentation of his Excel to us. And be like, so in here, I put this formula here that does this thing to here, and then it moves over here, and then we got the other book. Yeah, that's how this goes. This is how this is the organization of the group exists. But yeah. So anime, we've talked about it. We've talked about other things. Is there anything you want to say before we sign off, Dean?
No, I don't think I have anything left.
Great. Yeah, we've both run out of gas at this point. Yeah, so if you made it this far, so Holly, thank you. No one else has watched this far other than us, probably.
Real cheap.
Yeah, you're killing it. You're doing the Lord's work in the thing, the chat down there. Yeah, so we've been the Weeb Trash Podcast. We're both tired, and we'll see you next week.